What's up, Jesters? Welcome back to the channel.
What's going on, folks?
Have you ever experienced at any of your workplaces, I'm sure you all have, especially those in retail, complete morons? We have. Now, we're not going to name names. For one, we don't know their names. But we're going to give you a few tales from our experience with these people.
Let's see. One, it was actually both of us were in the same, we're there for this one. A parent and their kid.
Oh, yeah.
She was looking for water, and we had this big old thing down the back aisle, and the whole side that we were on while talking to her was absolutely nothing but water. She was standing right next to it, and we were on the other side. And she's like, where's the water? And so we just kind of said, well, there's some right there, or there's more on aisle 5.
Yeah.
It's like...
Wasn't this during one of the hurricanes?
I don't remember. It was one of those crazy times, really.
Yeah, we had water literally everywhere around the store.
And there was 2 or 3 pallets of water.
Yeah.
Across from the bathrooms, which was basically diagonal from her.
Yeah, like 7 feet away. Anywhere, if you stood in one spot and did a turn, you could see water in any direction, really. At least somewhere in the store.
And it was just like, really, just...
There was another one, you'd actually told me about this one, where it was the same situation where she was with her kid, and she's standing next to water, literally next to her. There was water by the bathroom, another serious event, I guess it happened, storm or whatever. And she looks at her kid and she goes, "Come on, let's go find some water."
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, these people, it's like they just can't see or something. I don't know. I really don't.
You either have the complete dense people or you have the extremely rude people. There was a time about 2.5 years ago, I was doing some extra work in produce just to get some extra hours in and whatnot. And I'm walking around making sure everything's full of whatever I needed. And behind me, it scared the crap out of me, this guy walks up and goes, "Where's the beans?" But like yelling, like he's angry. At first, I had to stop and catch my breath because that scared the ever living out of me. What I wanted to say is, sir, they're on different random aisle, like aisle 4, aisle 5. Just to throw them off and be mean. But I thought, I'm going to be nice, catch my breath, probably go to the bathroom.
If that would have been me, I would have been like, well, do you want canned beans? Do you want frozen beans? Do you want, what kind of beans would you like? just to,
Not even a, "Pardon me, sir," or "Excuse me," or I have a question I need to ask you, just directly, "Where's the beans?"
Oh, goodness. And this one was actually, it happened to a coworker of ours. But a lady asked her if, and this coworker is kind of short, so she needs help reaching the top shelf. And she asked her if she could hand her some of the, what was it? Pumpkin spice ginger snaps.
Pumpkin spice.
But she was pointing at lemon ginger snaps. It had a big old picture of a lemon, just like right there on the bag. Just big picture of a lemon. And even had lemon in big letters under the word ginger snaps in yellow. And she asked her if she could hand her one of the pumpkin spice ginger snaps. It's like, You just cannot make up some of this stuff. You really can't.
It's a definitive difference between a lemon and whatever pumpkin spice might look like.
Yeah.
The pumpkin. Sure, it has a pumpkin on it somewhere. Now, if you're making iced tea with pumpkin, you need to stop and just rethink your life.
Yeah.
And I know that some new people come to the store and don't know where everything's at. But I swear, if I hear, do you have any heavy whipping cream? Or during the holidays, you have any or eggnog or pumpkin spice? You know where it's at? I'm gonna flip a table. Also, hearing with the whole egg thing going on right now, people asking, "Is there all the hens on strike right now, or all the chickens on strike? What's going on with the eggs?"
You hear the same joke over and over and over and over again.
It's funny the first time, kind of.
And then and we smile and laugh, whatever.
Customer
just
service.
Be nice, But it really does, get old after a while.
After the 1,000th time. Eventually, I'm just gonna be like, because it'll be like, sir, do you know what's going on with the eggs? I kidnapped them all. They're locked down in my basement right now. I have all the eggs.
Oh man! Oh, but here, when we had the power outage because the idiot shot up the substation, whatever happened, and the store was closed. There was a bunch of us standing outside because a good sized group of us didn't get the memo that, because some of us still had power.
Right.
And so we get there, we're standing outside, and people are just steady coming up.
Like a drive-through service.
Yeah. And there's no lights on anywhere, no lights on inside the store. Probably about 11 or 12 employees standing outside, all grouped together.
Yep.
And so we'd walk up to the car, explain to them, hey, we're closed, we're not open yet. And at one point, there were 4 or 5 cars in a row. And as soon as we would tell one and they would drive off, the next one would pull up and ask if we were open. And we would have to explain it to each and every car as they pulled up. I mean, after about the second person, could the rest not get the hint?
Not only that, but the entire city of Aberdeen, nothing is open.
I mean, no power.
Every electrical thing is not working. The street lights, the lamp lights in the parking lots. The trains probably don't work right now.
I mean, it's just...
It's obvious. Things like this are the completely obvious things in the world. Like, this is a balloon. I'm not going to go to my neighbor and go, is this the moon? No, it's a balloon. The power's out. Go home. Or go to the next town that has power.
And another thing that gets me is you'll be standing there working up something, and all of a sudden you look around and you've got about 3 people around you. One of them asks you, do y'all have any more of this? And there's 2 more standing rooms like right next to you on their other side. And you say, clearly as day, no, we do not. And then the next person on the other side turns around and asks you if you have that exact same thing.
Yep.
And you say, no, we are out of it at the moment. And then that third person, it's the same question. Like,
it happens more often than you think.
Exactly. And I was like, I've just said it twice. Not once, but twice. If you didn't hear it the first time, you standing 2 feet away from me, you could have at least heard it the second time.
Especially when you're making eye contact with the employee.
It's just...
Why are people also extremely rude? I know I got the old dude doing the bean thing, but when I'm running product to the shelf or whatever, and I'm in the little two-door area, in the area putting stuff in there, instead of saying, "Excuse me, can I get this?" or "Can you get me this?" because I'm already there, they just reach in. "Hey, buddy, how's it going?" I'm just gonna grab it. I'm just like, "Excuse me, I'm kind of here."
It's like, dude, what is it? Private space?
A personal space.
Personal space. That's it, yeah.
You're in my bubble.
It's like, I mean, they'll reach in and literally like push on your arm with their arm. They are so close.
They seem to have forgotten about COVID. Just like that. 6 feet apart, apparently they don't care anymore.
And like he said, they won't say, excuse me. They won't say, hey, may I reach in here and grab this real fast?
Well, they'll say that as they're already in.
Yeah. It's like all of a sudden you just see an arm come across your face and they're like, I'm just going to grab this real quick.
I've had a few say, "I don't want to get in your way," as they're doing it. Well, you are definitely in my way.
Oh, me. It's just.
There was a time, this isn't a customer-related situation, but I forgot what they were working on. It might have been the DSD door, the roll-up door. And they had that forklift in there. Well, it was a truck night for the grocery crew. And the forklift was parked right in front of the door. I think they had just finished the door and they were just moving stuff around or whatever, but they left the forklift there. And so Adrian and I were thinking, well, we got to move this forklift because we got to get the truck inside. Because, it's a lot of pallets and a lot of things for the grocery crew to work on that night. So I offered, like, well, I don't know how to do a forklift, but I can give it a shot. And she goes, no. I'll take care of it because if anything happens, I don't want the employee to do it. Since I'm a manager, I'll take care of it. Okay. That's fine by me. Neither of us knew how to drive a forklift. So it took us at least 15 minutes to figure out how to start it. Then we got it started, and there were 3 levers and so many different things. And we're like, all right, how do we move this? Well, try the right one first. So she does that, and it turns. I was like, whoa, before you take everything out. I think it took us a good 30, 45 minutes to move it out of the way. We parked it. When you're facing the door, around the corner to the right is the bail machine. We parked it right there with. I really couldn't figure out how to move the rest of it. So the prongs, the forklift part was up in the air, pointing towards the wall.
Oh gosh!
So somebody would come down there, they have to duck under it. It was just a fun process to move the forklift. I should have filmed it. She would have hated me for it, but it would have been funny.
Oh me. But see what's Lord, there was one I was getting ready to say. No, I can't think of it.
No, during that blackout when we were since everything was basically ruined, we had to throw everything away that was frozen or cold. We went ahead and cleaned all the shelves off and all the whole aisle 13, 12, deli market, etc. produce.
Yeah, everything.
Aisle 13 was just a flood. Because our boss decided to get the hose out and, do some easy cleaning and just spray the crap out of all the shelves, get all the stuff off of there and whatever's there, just clean it all up, And we did the whole underneath the fans and all that, get everything clean. But the floor part of the aisle was just water.
Oh my goodness.
It was a fun time navigating that aisle, trying to get things clean.
Yeah, that was a fun time altogether.
All doing that in the darkness with little bitty lamps.
Until they finally got a generator hooked up. And I think they didn't get that up and running until, was it midnight, Monday night?
Yeah. Like 3 days after everything happened.
Yeah.
It amazes me, just how easily all of that could have been avoided if the store had a generator.
Yeah.
All that food, the generator could last for so long, but if you keep, putting fuel in it, it would last a little while.
Yeah.
All the food would have been saved. Of course, company's not going to lose money because it's a huge tax write-off.
Well, they got the insurance to cover that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think we figured it up at, what was this, about $200,000 worth of lost product.
It's quite a huge hit if you don't have insurance.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Some of the, what you had?
Oh, I was just going to say it took, was it 4 of those industrial-sized dumpsters to empty it all out?
Yeah, between produce, market, deli, frozen and dairy, ice cream. I think that's it. Nothing in grocery went bad.
No, that was it.
If you were to go to the store, I'm not going to say the store name, obviously, but if you were to go to any grocery store and check out their frozen section and their dairy section, market, deli, I just said deli, anything cold or frozen, just imagine all of that just gone.
Just empty. Nothing on the shelf anywhere in sight.
It'd make you think there's an apocalypse happening. Everyone's panicking, buying everything.
Yep. We had everything on the shelf, everything in our coolers, everything in our freezers.
Yeah, coolers, yeah.
Everything just slam empty.
Everything in the store now is brand new. I've had people, after the store finally opened back up, people come up to me and go, "Hey, is this all still the same stuff from when the power went out?" The power was out for 5 days. Everything went bad the first day. Yes, it is. Go ahead. We support botulism.
Yeah, I had the same kind of thing happen. I had a couple of customers come up to me and ask how we kept the meat good during the power outage. And I said, we didn't. And they were like, so what is this? I'm like, it's all fresh. Like, we had to take everything else, throw it out. This is all fresh stuff.
See, first of all, you have to think about 3 things. When the power is out for 5 days, look at your house. The power is out for 5 days. You have milk. You probably have ice cream. Maybe if it's someone's birthday, you have a cake. Now, after that 5th day, go taste test all 3 of those things. For one, the milk's going to be solid. The ice cream is going to be water. The cake, it might be fine, depending on
the cake should be good.
If it's ice cream cake, it's going to be a liquidy cake. No. It's going to be a very moist cake.
And try your meats, your chicken, and your
it used to be pink, now it's gray.
With probably some green growing on it.
Yeah, a little tree, You got to think about these things. We're not going to save the food after 5-day power outage. We want to just wipe out something, yes. Wipe out the city. Everyone gets sick.
But what really got me was I had this one lady come up to me. And I can't remember. I think she said she got her power back on. I can't remember. A little bit before the other. She was in one of the sections where it got, they gradually got it back on. She was in one of the first sections. So she came to me. She's like, are the ribs still good that I had in my freezer? I said, well. I said, there's one. She said it was in a deep freezer. One of those big chest deep freezers. I said, depending on how many times you opened it, if you kept it closed, whatever, there's a possibility it might still be okay. She said, well, whenever I got it out and tried to bend it, it didn't bend. I'm like, well, then you're good. I'm like, it's still frozen. You're good. And she's like, okay, because I've got it in the oven. It's already been in the oven for about an hour and a half. I'm like, you weren't sure if it was good or not. So you went ahead and put it in the oven to cook it, and then you come and ask somebody whether it was still good or not.
These are things we've been telling you that really make me want to question my career.
Oh, man.
If everybody who watches these videos, plus their friends and family, would subscribe, we wouldn't have to deal with that. We'd be doing this for all the time. This would be our full career job.
Yes, we have got enough stories that we could just go on for a good long time
Yes.
with them.
If you think about it, you could save us from the torment we live through by just subscribing. It's a free click. That's all you do. Click. Doesn't cost anything. Just a click. Click, click, click.
Hit that subscribe button and you're good.
Yeah, that's all you do. Just one time, and you can watch all of our stuff. It'll appear in notifications in your YouTube browser.
Yep.
Or for your phone, it'll pop up saying, "Hey, we posted a video," and then you can click the video, watch it, watch more content, all for free. No money involved. We don't want your money.
No.
We want YouTube's money.
We just don't want to have to deal with
people.
With well, dealing with people's not so bad.
Yeah, I'd say a percentage of them are good.
Yeah, it's but then there's the ones that just they either don't use common sense, have forgotten what common sense is,
or weren't born with it,
or just never had it to begin with.
Or they just like to be mean for no reason.
Yeah, some of them they aren't really mean. They're just I don't know, a little slow.
Slow and spicy. There was a lady, this is my third year here. Yeah, second or third year. And Adrian was checking me out and just getting all this stuff ready for when I was leaving. Checking my out and all that, make sure everything's good to go. And we were walking by a deli after it had been closed already. She goes, is the deli open? It's like, no, man, we're closed for the night. They close at 9. It's like, well, I just got off work. Is it okay if I go back there and cut my own meat? No. Why would you?
My goodness.
For one, they're closed.
Oh my gosh.
Second, why would we allow customers to go back to use sharp utensils to cut meat? No. Well, I get off too late. Well, you can come back when you're off and buy the meat. Or whatever. Send somebody here. I'm sure you have friends. I hope.
Oh, man.
Especially for using sharp utensils.
Oh, my gosh. Now, this isn't something funny that happened to a customer. This is actually something just out of the blue that happened to me some years ago when I was on the stock crew. I was working backstock, and I was putting the backstock on the floats. And because we had each aisle as a float. So I put a box up on the thing, and I felt a little prick on the side of my hand here. And so instead of pulling it out like this and back, I pulled my hand straight out like this. And it cut all the way up my hand. It's all the way to the tip of my little pinky here.
Yeah, you still have the
scar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just all the way from here up to here. And I mean, it opened it up probably about a good that much. I mean, I just grabbed a whole roll of paper towels and just slammed my hand into it. And I screamed. There was hardly anybody back there, but thankfully somebody was close enough and they came running back to see what happened. And it just so happened to be, was our grocery manager at the time or assistant manager? I think it might have been an assistant manager at the time. And he pulled the paper towels away and showed him, and he just about puked. I guess he did not like the sight of blood. So by that time, another person had come back, and he turned around, and because the guy asked if everything was okay, he turned around holding his mouth like this and tossed the guy his keys to his vehicle and said, "Take him to the hospital." And he went into the mop room It was hilarious. But before we got out the door, he hollered, "Don't get blood in my truck." So
Priorities. Oh, that's great. That's great.
But yeah, it didn't hurt. That's the weird part about it. It's like whenever I did it, it did not hurt. I didn't even know it had happened until I looked down and saw my hand, the side of my hand, open and just bleeding. I mean, it was weird.
Proves it's all in your head sometimes until you look at it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean go out there and test that theory.
But just this one is not about what anything happened at our store. It actually connects with my hand incident. So I get to the hospital. I'm sitting in the room. The doctor comes in and takes a look at it, goes back out the door, goes across to the nursing station, whatever that is. Sits there, talks for a minute, comes back in the room, checks at my hand, walks back out of the room, back over to the nursing station, sits, talks for a bit, comes back into the room a third time, looks at my hand and says, "I'm surprised you haven't passed out from blood loss yet."
Damn.
And I said, "You appreciate that." I'm like, "Well, what are you waiting on?" He said, "Well, I was wondering if it was going to stop bleeding on its own." Doc, it's open that much. It's the entire side of my hand. No, it is not going to stop bleeding on its own.
Until you run out of blood.
You know, I mean, he had to suction it the entire time that he was trying to put stitches in it. How did he possibly believe it was going to stop bleeding on its own? This is a doctor now.
That's sad.
I mean, to hear a doctor tell you, "I'm surprised you haven't passed out from blood loss yet." That's not what you want to hear.
No. You want comfort. The things they want to hear is, "This won't take long to fix it all." That's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Surprised I did yet. What? That's a possibility? What?
Oh, man.
That's like, I know we're getting off topic here, but when, before my dad was diagnosed with diabetes, he went to one of the small health centers and they tested all the stuff and they came back and they go, "Yeah, you're healthy as a horse. You're good to go." The next week, he started feeling a lot tired, more slower, just sleeping most of the time. Decided to go back up to another doctor's office, it's Katy Medical or something like that, some big hospital in Texas. They did the testing, and his sugar levels was 1,060.
Good Lord.
And the doctors were baffled of how high it was, and they just like, "We're going to keep you here under observation just to we'll figure out what's going on here. We'll get you on track. We'll figure everything out. Please do." The fact that the first hospital said, "No, you're good to go. You can go home. You're fine. Nothing wrong here." Right.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man.
I guess it kind of fits in with the previous stories of how people are dense and just stupid.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the one about my doctor, that kind of fit in because it was a continuation of what happened at the store.
Yeah.
So
granted, we will admit that some people, I'd say 40%, are good, decent, smart people.
Oh, tell them about the truck driver.
Oh, dear Lord. I don't know where he got his license from. Probably a Happy Meal. Okay, they told us the truck was 9 minutes away. All right. Adrian and I go out the back, wait for the truck, as we always do when the truck comes. When the truck pulls up, it starts driving on the road and goes around the corner like it's going to the front of the store. First off, don't. Everyone knows you don't unload a truck, an 18-wheeler in the front of the store with 20 pallets on it now. So we wait for the truck to drive back around. It pulls back around, and I guess it did not see the loading area, which is kind of hard to miss, but it's not hard to miss. When you pull up and stop, you can see it. It's obvious. You pull up further in the street and back right in. You're good to go. He decides to pull all the way around the other end of the back of the store back up, go forward. Back up, go forward. We tell him, you should have just backed up. You should have just stopped in the street, pulled forward, and backed right in. And he told, I forgot if he talked to him, it was Adrian or Adam. He goes, you're making it sound like it's easy. It is. You pull forward, stop, and back up. That's easy.
I mean, every single other truck driver that has been to our store has done that. The street, you pull forward, you back up just a little bit enough to get your trailer lined up, and then you back straight in. Now, I mean, we say that it's easy because we don't drive 18-wheelers and stuff. But I mean, there are young people that have just gotten their license, just started working with a company, just started driving 18-wheelers, that have done it a whole lot smoother than what this idiot did.
And one of the sad things is he's been to our store before multiple times. So he knows what he needs to do. So after he backs up and goes forward a few times in the little area, he decides to pull behind the other store. And then we tell him, no, don't do that. You're not going to make that backup turn into the loading bay. It's not going to work. You're not going to fit. You're going to hit either the other trailer that's there for our salvage, or you're going to hit the building. Don't do that. It's impossible to go into the loading bay. So he decides to back up and turn at the same time. Now, on the back of the other store, they have a little awning on top of their door, the little regular door. As he's backing up, I've already gone towards the loading door area just to see if he can actually possibly make it. And then I hear a loud crashing noise. What the hell was that? So I immediately run down the back way into the back door area. He's taken out half of the awning. So Adam goes over there, tries to get attention. Hey, you need to, get off the awning. So they exchange information on that to whatever, because that's squared away. It's just ridiculous. He pulls forward again, trying to straighten up. Almost takes out a light pole. Just like that far away from it. So over there telling him, stop. What? The light pole. I got it. No, you don't. So he finally gets in the position where he can back up, and he's going so slow. Back and forth. Finally parks. This took at least 45 minutes, 45 minutes. When he's been to the store multiple times before, he knows how to park into the loading bay. At least we thought.
Oh, man. And there's been other truck drivers. Not as bad as that one, but there was one. Actually pulled into the parking lot at the front of the store, stopped, and asked how to get to our loading bay, which is understandable, because we have trees in the back of our store. And it covers up part of the wall for where our loading bay is at the back of the store. But we normally have a salvage trailer there, like he said, so you can see the trailer, and so we tell him, you go down go through Burger King parking lot, go around, first thing right there on your right. So he gets, backing up a little bit, getting out of the parking lot. We head to the back. Well, he goes around and he just keeps going. And down to the next stoplight, turns, goes back around, around the store again, back around again. And finally, when we hear him coming, I'm waiting for him. So when he gets kind of where he can see me and I can see him, I start waving my hands. So that way he'll know that that's where it's at. So I see him put on his brakes, and he finally backs in.
It's one thing if you're a new driver, you don't know the store or the area. That's fine. We get that. Totally understandable. But if you've been to the store multiple times, what's wrong with you? Are you drunk? You need a Snickers because of the whole thing.
Oh, man.
There's just so many people that we deal with, sometimes on a daily basis, that are just ridiculous. Here's a story for you that I wouldn't say it's not stupid or just ridiculous people. It was more of like a almost possible accident with my assistant manager. This is during the blackout area or time period when all the power were out and everything like that. We're cleaning the store, and I have to go to the bathroom. You can't see anything anywhere because it's just pitch black, other than the small areas around the store that have little lamps. Nobody decided to put a lamp in the bathroom. So my assistant manager's at the urinal, going to the bathroom. I don't see him there. I'm ready to just go to the bathroom, and I'm walking up. I almost peed on my boss. Because as soon as I was about to go, I guess he understood, he knew who I was. He goes, "Hey, big man, you there?" Okay. I scared the crap. I was like, "Oh, you're here.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna go in the stall and hope I make it."
Oh
I
my
almost
gosh.
peed on my boss.
Oh my goodness.
If you have to go to the bathroom in the dark, bring a light. Or use your phone. I should use my phone.
Yep.
It would have made sense. I was stupid in that situation, so it does fit the criteria.
And not just stupid things that happen, crazy, funny things that happen to us, or that we do or anything like that. But just some of it is nasty.
Oh yeah.
There's been a couple of times, but one time when I was doing QA, which is quality assurance cleaning stuff, and clean the bathrooms and other parts of the store. But I go in the men's bathroom to clean it one time. And so I go in the handicap stall, the last stall, and there's a pair of boxers with a pile of crap sitting in the middle of them. Why? I mean, yeah, you could have at least tried to get the crap out of them, wad them up, got you a plastic bag, put them in there, took them home, and washed them. You didn't have to just leave them sitting right there in the middle of the bathroom.
You'll find sometimes people leave all kinds of things in the bathroom for us all to clean.
Yes. Or they'll mess it up to where and this is just beyond nasty, where it literally looks like they wiped their butt with their hand and then smeared it on the wall.
Some of y'all are creative with your nastiness.
Why?
Why do y'all do that?
Why?
Maybe if it was a kid that did it, it doesn't look like a kid that did it.
No,
but a kid I can understand.
It was way too high for it to be a kid.
A kid being a kid doing nasty things like that's one thing because a kid will do kid stuff.
Yes.
But this is grown people. Why? You don't need to stop. Go home. Lock your doors.
What about that lady? What about that lady beside San Felipe?
What lady was that? What happened there?
Over by the dumpsters of San Felipe.
Oh, yeah. We're outside smoking a cigarette. It's a little break time. Now, when you're at the front of the store outside and you look straight ahead, to the right is San Felipe and then Firehouse Subs.
Yeah.
And there's a wall here on the side of San Felipe you can see from the front of the store. I don't know what possessed this lady to do this, because San Felipe, the Firehouse Subs, I think has one, Food Line, and most of the stores on the chain have restrooms. She would have made it. She proceeds to stand and squat on the side of San Felipe and release everything. All of it there. This is the kicker. That's one thing enough. Then she proceeds to just pull up and then leave. Gets in the car and goes.
Oh my gosh.
Not only is she sitting in it, she's sitting in it in her car, which she has to drive multiple times throughout her life.
Oh my goodness.
So she just leaves it there. And I forgot who was there. Some of the other coworkers and I were just like, "Did that really just happen?
Yeah.
Did we just see that?" She said, "Oh no! Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Stop. Stop eating the Tide Pods.
Oh gosh.
Stop eating the Tide Pods. These are Tide Pod people."
Oh man.
People are either nasty,
Or
rude,
just-
or
yeah.
idiots. Again, I will say there are good people out there. Nice people,
There are.
kind people, respectable. We want more of them.
Yes. You have those people that come up to you and say, excuse me, I don't mean to bother you, but
Can you help me
Or-
find this?
yeah. Or, you have those people that say, excuse me, but could you please grab that for me?
Yeah, because they can't
You
reach
know.
it, which is fine. Yeah, we love
yeah.
helping them.
Instead of just
Yelling,
wow,
you're just
like
sticking
that.
your hand right over your head.
Yeah. Just right in your face, out of the blue, out of nowhere.
Because sometimes we have to kneel down and reach stuff on the bottom, put stuff on the bottom shelf, because we're not going to bend over and hurt our backs. And as we're doing that, at any given point in time, you're going to see a hand go, "Excuse me." And they look at you like you're the idiot.
Yeah. Now, there have been a couple of close calls where I'll be putting something down at the bottom. I'll be putting the last two out, and I'll grab the box and I'll go to stand up, and I'll feel something on my shoulder. And I'll stop, turn around, and there's somebody there with their arm reaching up towards the top shelf. I could have easily just come up and hit their arm,
Yeah.
and hurt their arm.
That or have them bumping everything and make a huge mess.
Yeah.
So here's something for people that do this, and there's a lot of you out there, and I'm really tired of it. When you take something off the shelf and you look at it and you think, "I don't want to buy this," please, for the love of all that is holy, put it back on the shelf where you found it. Because there's been many times where I'm standing there, we've made eye contact with each other. They look at something, they just throw it on the bottom shelf. Stop it. Stop it right now.
So your arm was still right here. The shelf is right there. Your arm was still right here. And yet you just reached down to put it on the bottom.
And the majority of you have kids. You've told your kids many times, put stuff back where you found it.
Yep.
Live by your words.
Oh, man.
That's really my biggest gripe right there. Especially when we make eye contact. That's like the great story I told you about last year. I still really chat my ass still.
All right, folks. Well, like we said, we could go on with this stuff forever.
Yeah, there's many more we could tell you.
Yeah. But I think that's about enough for today.
Yep. We hope you enjoyed the deep dive into our lives as far as what we do.
Our work lives.
And deal with on a daily basis. We hope you have a good day.
See y'all later.